Sometime in the future I do intend to do a demonstration on how to back up your C drive in such a way that it's possible to replace the C drive with the backup and have everything exactly as it was when you first created your backup. Firstly, you need to know whether or not you have enough space on your hard drive and a separate drive in which to copy your backup to. Not everyone's got an external hard drive. This is one way we can create a new drive on your existing hard drive. With Windows 7 it's possible to change a partition table without having to restart the computer and use third-party software. The main criteria is that there is enough space to support a partition on your drive. So we ask the question, do I have the space? Open my computer and look at the properties of C drive. The amount of free space is more. If the amount of free space is more than the amount used, then yes, you have the space. If you can look at the little pie chart here, you'll see that it's less than half used, and that's good because it means on the other half you can create a partition. If we have a look at another drive, exactly the same thing, right click on C drive and open the properties and it'll bring this dialog box. On this particular drive it's only been a quarter used, so there's plenty of space here in which to create a second drive. So we need to look at the used space, and as you can see it's 17 gigabytes, 17.319 gigabytes and a lot of other numbers as well. I'm only interested in the first 5 digits, the 17.319. You need to write that down on a piece of paper so you don't forget it, because it's very important a bit later on. So let's carry on. Let's partition the drive. Go to my computer either on the desktop or the start menu and right click. In the sub menu select Manage. When the computer management opens, select Disk Management from under the list under the heading of Storage. This one here. In the management window, the Windows 7 hard drive will already have a small partition of about 100 megabytes. That's okay. That's this space here. The main C drive, shaded in red in this diagram, right click on the main C drive area and select Shrink Volume from the menu. Getting the size right. Remember, you wrote the size down that you need, 17.319 gigabytes. Now we set the size to shrink. Size is everything. In this shrink dialog box, enter the amount of space to shrink. You'll see it's already highlighted. In this case it's 34,153. We don't need that much. That would be too big a partition. But we can type in this box, because it's shaded in blue, just type the numbers 17319. You notice there is no decimal point in there, it's just 17 gigabytes 319 megabytes. So we just leave it without the decimal point and then click on the shrink button at the bottom. When the shrink is finished, which could take just a couple of minutes, don't worry if the size is slightly different when the shrink is complete. As you can see in this case, although we asked for 17, it did say 16.91. That's fine. This is the unallocated disk space that we've just created. This is a space in which we can create another drive. If you right click on the unallocated space, you'll see a sub-menu come up and select New Simple Volume from the top there. You'll be asked a series of questions all to do with the size of the drive, how big the space you need, etc. and so forth, but it will have all the default settings that you need. And basically, without going into fine detail and getting confusion, if you just click Next 4 times until you get the Finish choice, and this will automatically set the new drive as a new volume. As you can see in the diagram, it will suddenly pop up where you've got a new volume, in this case E drive. The C drive will have shrunk down by 17 gigabytes and this new space will have opened up. When you've finished doing the partition on the hard drive, when you close all the windows, you'll see this new window behind all the others which says new volume, probably be E that you do. That's it. You've now set a partition on your hard drive, and hopefully in coming months we'll run this new bit of software which will allow you to back everything that's on C drive, back everything up, so as you can use it if anything happens to your computer. A lot of computers nowadays do come with a recovery sector built in, but these sometimes get damaged or overwritten or outdated. The way we should do the backup is so that if you've got Office and Photoshop and PaintShop Pro and half a dozen other different programs installed, this backup will put everything back onto your hard drive the way it is now. For the time being, thank you for listening, and we'll look forward to doing the other demonstration in the future.